Hey y'all, I'm Locklith, and in today's video, we are going to be touring the island of Lumina, my latest Animal Crossing island that is set in winter, but very quickly like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. If you enjoy my content, want to see every time that I post, make sure to ring that bell. But we are here on Lumina, my winter-themed island. And before I even finished my 30 days island of Calabaza, I already dreamed up this island, which I just pictured an island set in the snow full of green pumpkins. And so that is basically what I did. And then I also decided to make it a little extra difficult by no terraforming. So this is a no terraforming winter themed island full of just green pumpkins, mostly. There are a few other things, but mostly green pumpkins everywhere. And for the first time ever, I did not create my island flag. I didn't think about it when I was creating the island, and I didn't take the time to make one like I tend to do at the very start. So this is just a custom code that I already had downloaded, and it's my flag now, so it's fine. And there is the dream address right there, but here is Lumina, and yes, like I said, it is a no terraformed island. This is exactly how the map was when I basically decided which map I wanted to have, except for very small. I had to do a little bit of waterscaping for one of the bridges and a little bit of terraforming for both inclines. Other than that, this is the map, and my villagers are Dom, Marcel, Flurry, Hans, Diana, Charlize, Rolf, Cobb, Drake, and Iggly. I wanted to have Ruby, but Dom was the last one to leave the island. He was my starter villager, and he just became my best friend and sent me so much mail and just didn't want to leave. So at the end of the day, he just ended up being one of the finalists, but the rest of these were actual dreamies that I wanted to have on the island. But stepping into the island, we've got Diana's house here. She was the first one that I knew I wanted a villager home right here at the front. So she is gracing you with her presence right at the entrance of Lumina. And look at me, already right here at the entrance. And of course, I'm saying pumpkin because there are pumpkins everywhere. So hello me, but the outfit that I'm wearing, now that I mention it, I kind of coordinated a little bit with my character here, but you can pick this up in the entrance, everything that I'm wearing, so have fun with the fit for this island. Of course, it had to be green, and so there are green pumpkins everywhere, and then we also have some candles and some lanterns as well, but mostly green pumpkins. And hopefully, if I remember to do it, please check out my card that is in the description box. That is a link there for you, and click on Lumina under my island codes and you will see all of the codes that I've used on this island. But there are basically two different pathways leading you up to resident services. This is where you wake up. And then going to my house, we're actually going to go to my house first because it is just right here off of the entrance. I've got a few cedar trees here, kind of like my Christmas tree forest. I've got some green pumpkins that are growing, of course. And then I also have a very small little, I guess, pears or green apples jacuzzi thing. I don't know what that thing is called. I can never remember. And then also the beaches. They all basically look like this, so I'm not going to spend time going through any of the beach areas because they all look the same. It's very simple. But let's go inside of my home. And even though the, I guess, hammock does not really go with the more holiday theme that this home has, I forgot until the last minute that you have to have a bed to sleep and save your dream address. So I went through HHP for all of the villager homes on the island, and so they gave me this in the mail for finishing, what was it, 20, 30 homes or something. And so I just placed it here behind the couch. It's not what I thought this room was gonna look like with this, but since you can't sleep on this bed up top here, I had to go with the hammock. And moving along, you can kind of jut this way and get back to the main road that leads you up that way, But before we head off in that direction, I want to quickly show you Iggly's home back here behind resident services. There's just a little pathway that leads you back this way, and he has the hockey rink, the very natural hockey rink, of course. There are basically skates and hockey sticks throughout the rink here, and some socks, of course, too, and some non-realistic hockey goals. I think these are meant for soccer, but we're not going to worry about that. But I wanted a giant hockey rink somewhere on the island, and Iggly, being the only penguin, it just seemed fitting for him. And so there's like a bench here for each team. We've got the green team represented by the green pumpkin, and then the black team over here. And they also are represented with the skates, so you can kind of see where all the players are at on the field, or the rink, I mean. Sports, yay sports. But this is Iggly's home, and yes, I completed HHP, so all of the home's exteriors have been designed, not the interiors, just the exteriors. So just enjoy the outsides. If you want to go inside, you can, but they're not decorated. That was a last minute thing that I did. And you can go off path, of course, throughout all the forest, and I encourage you to do so just to hear the little crunchies of the snow under your feet. But I didn't do a whole lot of decorating, very natural with a lot of glowing moss and weeds only. I did not use any flowers on this island, so that's another little extra. But let me go towards the other like big neighborhood that we've got. Leading up this way, we've got Flurry's house here in the dark green. Yes, in the dark green, not in white. And behind her house, we've got one of the villagers. I can't remember if this is Rolf or Hans, but we do have one of their homes here. And then Marcel's home is right next door. And then we've got like a little fishing pond, ice fishing pond right here behind the actual like pond that was already here. Like I said, I didn't do any terraforming, so same goes for the waterscaping. And then this is either Rolf or Hans' home. In fact, let's figure that out. So this one is Hans' home, and the one behind Flurry is Rolf's. That's what we have here, a lot of nature around the homes. I didn't use any fruit trees on the island because I thought it would take away from like the green and white aesthetic basically throughout. And then hiding back there is the lighthouse. But leading this way is the secret beach, just a single palm tree, simplistic designing here. But this was, like I said, this is no terraforming. So this little breakaway that leads to the secret beach was here as part of the map. I didn't have to do anything, and I'm super glad because I wanted you to be able to access it. And I've never seen a map quite like this before. And so, yeah, I'm super happy with the one that I got because I couldn't change it at all. Now, if you head downward, you'll get back to the entrance in Diana's house. But going this way, we will head towards Able Sisters first, and then I'll show you up there. We've got a small little hockey rink, almost just like a little play area here next to Able Sisters, which we got just some simple stuff, some picnic blankets, some socks maybe somebody lost, a lantern, and again, simplistic designing. But here is Able Sisters right here, and we'll go across this bridge. Hello, Hans. A lot of grassy areas. I love this code on the snow. I don't know if it was meant for the snow or if it's meant for springtime, but it fits in very well. It's a very light color, but I love the green leaves. All the villagers are in this area. Oh my god, look, we have Drake, Iggly, Dom, and then where'd Hans go? Is he down here? Is he here? Hello? Hello? We've lost Hans. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. He doesn't want to be found. He's like a Sasquatch. But we've got the museum right here. Again, all you're gonna see is pumpkins everywhere. But this is another area that I'm super happy with. I designed it basically in my community, not my community, but the Carpool Gaming community Discord. I just decided to hop in the Discord and design specifically this area with all of these pumpkins and all these codes because It got boring towards the end with designing this island, I'm not gonna lie, because I'm using the same items throughout and the same codes and doing very simplistic designing. Oh, hello, there is Hans. And so it got boring towards the end, and so it was nice to kind of hop in Discord and just chat with friends or listen to friends chatting with each other as I'm mindlessly designing this part of the island. And if you head on up this way, we've got Nook's Cranny right here. There is a giant pumpkin in the back that we will see in the future, but this is gonna lead you back to Able Sisters over here. But if you went upwards, you would go across this little bridge, and I didn't even think about the placement of that giant pumpkin carriage back there, but I'm really glad. It kind of is like a little window back there, so that's nice. And then I'll head up this way, and then we'll go back. Oh, it's me again, I'm everywhere. And we've got just a regular skating rink behind the big pumpkin. Another small picnic area. I've got this kind of closed off. I made it kind of less accessible everywhere, if that makes sense, because I want you to spend a little bit more time walking around the island so you do kind of reach dead ends, because there's just not a whole lot to look at. So yeah, anyways, but we've got a little picnic area, and this is where Dom's home is at. I love how his home turned out. And then if we go up the incline this way, there are vines everywhere, and you can go up the vines as well. But just like you do down below with very minimal designing, the same goes for up here. But there is like a ladder here if you do want to kind of look that way. But right up the incline, we've got Charlize's home. She's got like some angels, some snow angels, some pumpkins, of course. Another animal, bear angel, I guess I would call it instead. And then the waterfall right next door. All right, so we went that way, and that way. So last place we can go is up. And up this incline is the last two villager homes. We've got, oh, hello, Marcel. We've got Cobb's home here. Is this Cobb, right? Yes, we've got Cobb's home here, and we saw him walking around earlier, but Drake is his neighbor, and they both have cute little log homes in kind of a similar color scheme. Picnic spots, a lot of green pumpkins. This little pond was here. And then there's two ways you can go. You can go this way or that way towards the campsite. They kind of meet up back here somewhere, but we do have someone in the campsite. In fact, I didn't have to amiibo anybody in. They were already here, and I believe it's Daisy. I think Daisy is the villager. Obviously, you can't see who it is in the tent, but she's got like a little camping area here. Nice place to sit, and again, you can go back here, you can visit all these spots back here, but not a whole lot to see. And I will take you along the little beach side over here. There's just a few things back here. Again, beaches are very minimally designed. And then this should lead us back to the museum area right here. And yeah, I will see y'all at my favorite spot on the island for the outro. So that is pretty much it for Lumina, my winter themed island. It's only the second winter themed island I've ever done. My very first island ended up being winter themed because it was an island that I would decorate throughout the year, and that was my island of Lunaloo. You can see all of the islands that I have designed and their custom codes in my card down below. If you do want to visit, all their dream addresses are also on my website on my card if you want to check those out. So check out Lunaloo if you want to see a different winter version. But this one was completely non-terraformed, green pumpkins everywhere, and just simplistic nature. And I'm super happy with how it turned out. I did get tired of the snow at the end, of course. I can't help it. It just got tiring. The nostalgia-ness of the crinkly under feet sounds, it just became too much. It just went away. I wasn't happy about it at the end, but I am super happy to be done with yet another island. Now, the next island I work on will be a lot longer of a build. I'm not going to go into what it is in this video. Y'all will know when you know, but thank y'all so much for watching.